aspirants, a very warm welcome on the YouTube channel of ANALYST IAS. So our today's discussion in the bridge series is the environment and ecology questions which came in the year 2019. Total questions were 20. So let's start. Question 1. Which one of the following groups of the plants were domesticated in the New World and introduced into the Old World? Pause the video, try to answer. Now let's see the answer. So your correct answer to this is A, which is tobacco, cocoa and rubber. New World means the Americas which were discovered by European powers such as Spain, Portuguese and French. Tobacco, cocoa and rubber were the native crop of the Americas and were introduced in the Old World. Old World is Asia, New World is America. This is what they consider. Question second. Which one of the following national parks lies completely in the temperate alpine zone? Manas, Namdapha, Neora Valley, Valley of Flowers National Park. Pause the video, try to answer. Now let's see the answer. So the correct answer to this should be D, which is the Valley of Flowers. ये उत्तराखंड के चमोली डिस्ट्रिक्ट में है and it completely lies in the alpine area. It is approximately above 3 to 5 meters above the sea level. Question 3. Consider the following statements. Asiatic lion is naturally found in India only. Double hump camel is naturally found in India only. One horned rhinoceros is naturally found in India only. Which of the statements given above is are correct? Pause the video, try to think about it. Now let's see the answer. So your correct answer to this is A, which is the Asiatic lion. Is rest other are false, as double-horned camels, these are not found only in India, but these are native of a Gobi desert. Gobi desert Mongolia में पड़ेगा, and it is also found in China, Kazakhstan, Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan and all. And it's not found only in India. India, Nepal यहाँ पे भी मिलता है. Question 4. In the context of which of the following do some scientists suggest the use of serious cloud thinning technique and the injection of sulfate aerosol into the atmosphere, creating artificial rains in some regions, reducing the frequency and intensity of tropical cyclones, reducing the adverse effect of solar winds on earth, reducing the global warming? Pause the video, try to answer. Now let's see the answer. So your correct answer to this is reducing the global warming. Geoengineering approach to reversing the global warming, the intentional reduction of coverage and optical thickness of high level cirrus cloud. This could potentially reduce the global warming by modifying the long wave radiative effects of cirrus clouds. Question 5. Which of the following are in Agasthyamala Biosphere Reserve? Pause the video, try to think about it. Now let's see the answer. So your correct answer to this is A, which is the Nayar, Pepara, Shenduli Wildlife Sanctuaries and Kalakad Mudanturai Tiger Reserve. It is located in the Western Ghats in the South country and mostly tropical forests हैं. The site is home to 2254 species of higher plants, including more than 400 which are endemic, specific to these places. It is also a unique genetic reservoir of cultivated plants, in particularly cardamom, jamun, nutmeg, pepper plantation. ये सारी चीजें यहाँ होती हैं. The 3 wildlife sanctuaries, which are Shendurni, Pepara, Nayar, are located at the site, as well as the Kalakkad Tiger Reserve. Question 6. Consider the following statements. Some species of turtles are herbivorous. Some species of fishes are herbivorous. Some species of marine mammals are herbivorous. Some species of snakes are viviparous. Which of the above statements given is are correct? Pause the video, try to think about it. Now let's see the answer. So a correct answer to this is D. All are correct. Green sea turtles eat sea grasses. So some species are herbivorous. Some species of fish are also herbivorous. For example, the parrotfish, they are alga eaters. Then some species of marine mammals are herbivorous. For example, dugong, जो गल्फ ऑफ मन्नार में पाया जाता है, जिसको सी काउ भी कहते हैं, it is herbivorous. Manatees, sometimes called the sea cows, they are large mammals that live in warm sea waters in the Gulf of Mannar. Some species of snakes are viviparous. So snakes that are viviparous, they nourish their developing children through a placenta and a yolk sac. Something that is highly unusual among reptiles, but yes, there are exceptions. So it is D. Question 7. Why is there a great concern about the microbeads that are released into the environment? They are considered harmful to marine ecosystem. They are considered to cause skin cancer in the children. They are small enough to be absorbed by crop plants in irrigated field. They are often found to be used as food adulterants. Pause the video, try to think about it. Now let's see the answer. So your correct answer to this is A. They are considered harmful for the marine ecosystem. So microbeads are small solid manufactured plastic particles that are less than the 5 mm, 5 mm से छोटे होते हैं, and they don't degrade or dissolve in water as well. So जब ये degrade नहीं करेंगे, so they are an environmental threat and they are very harmful to the marine ecosystems as well, and they may be added to a range of products including the range of cosmetic, personal care, cleaning products, and ultimately it will lie into the aquatic ecosystem which will harm them. Question 8. For the measurement, estimation of which of the following are satellite images, remote sensing data used? Chlorophyll content is the vegetation of specific location, greenhouse gas emissions from rice paddies of specific location, land surface temperatures of specific location. Select the correct answer using the code given above. Pause the video, try to think about it. Now let's see the answer. So your correct answer to this is D, which is all the statements are correct. This all can be done by using the remote sensing data. If you want to read further, you can pause the video here and you can read all this. Question 9. Which of the following statements are correct about the deposits of methane hydrate? Global warming might trigger the release of methane gas from these deposits. Large deposits of methane hydrate are found in Arctic tundra and under the seafloor. Methane in the atmosphere oxidizes to carbon dioxide after a decade or two. Select the correct answer using the code given below. Pause the video, try to think about it. Now let's see the answer. So your correct answer to this is statement first is correct, statement 2 is also correct, and your statement 3 is also correct. The problem with methane that does not vanish without a trace, even though it remains in the atmosphere relatively briefly, 10 years on an average. In presence of oxygen, methane molecules, single atom of the carbon, disengages from its 4 hydrogen carbons to become carbon dioxide. So methane carbon dioxide में convert हो सकता है. And all these 3 are also correct about the methane hydrate. So your correct answer is D. Question 10. Consider the following: carbon monoxide, methane, ozone, sulfur dioxide. Which of the above are released into the atmosphere due to the burning of crops, biomass, residue? Pause the video, try to think about it. Now let's see the answer. So your correct answer to this is D, which is all. Explanation is burning of crop residues emits traces of carbon dioxide, methane, carbon monoxide, nitrous oxide, sulfur dioxide and particulates which affect the human health. Punjab and Haryana both are responsible for causing air pollution due to the chaff burning. इसको पराली भी कहा जाता है हिंदी में. These two states contribute to 48% of the total emission due to this paddy burning across India. The thing to note here is the majority of tropospheric ozone formation occurs with nitrogen oxides, carbon monoxide and volatile organic compounds such as xylene react in the atmosphere in the presence of sunlight. So the correct answer is all of the above. Question 1. In India, the use of carbofuran, methyl parathion, phorate and triazophos is viewed with apprehension. These chemicals are used as pesticides in agriculture, preservatives in food products, food ripening agents, moisturizing agents in cosmetics. Pause the video, try to think about it. Now let's see the answer. So your correct answer to this is A, which is these all are pesticides which are used in agriculture. Consider the following statements. Under the Ramsar Convention, it is mandatory on the part of the government of India to protect and conserve all the wetlands in the territory. The wetlands rules 2010 were framed by the government of India based on recommendations of the Ramsar Convention. The wetlands rule of 2010 also encompass the drainage area or catchment regions of wetlands as determined by the authority. Which of the statements given above is correct? Pause the video, try to think about it. Now let's see the answer. So your correct answer to this is B. 2 and 3 both are correct. This is a conceptual question. This is a very extreme statement. You can see it is mandatory on the part of the government to conserve all the wetlands within the territory of India. It says to conserve, but it's not mandatory to conserve all. So you can eliminate, or you could have just this. So this is a conceptual question. Your correct answer is B. 13. Consider the following statements. Agricultural soils release nitrogen oxides into the environment. Cattle release ammonia into the environment. The poultry industry releases reactive nitrogen compounds into the environment. Which of the statements given above is correct? Pause the video, try to think about it. Now let's see the answer. So your correct answer to this is D, which is these all statements are correct. Agricultural soil contribute to around 70% of the nitrogen dioxide emissions from India, followed by the wastewater residential activities. Second is also correct, as cattle account for 80% of ammonia production, and India is globally the biggest source of ammonia emission, nearly double that of NO2 emissions. Now statement third is also correct. The poultry industry with an annual growth rate of 6% recorded an excretion of reactive nitrogen compound of 0.415 tons in 2016. Question 14. Why are dewdrops not formed on a cloudy night? Cloud absorb the radiation released from the Earth's surface. Clouds reflect back the Earth's radiation. The Earth's surface would have a low temperature on cloudy nights. Clouds deflect the blowing wind in the ground. Pause the video, try to think about it. Now let's see the answer. So the correct answer to this is D, which is cloud deflect the blowing wind to the ground. Dew is a type of precipitation. It's B, it's not D, it's B. क्लाउड जो हैं वो अर्थ की रेडिएशन को वापस से रिफ्लेक्ट बैक कर देते हैं, जिससे वार्म हो जाता है नीचे का टेम्परेचर, एंड दिस वुड बी द रीजन कि ड्यू ड्रॉप्स नहीं बन पाते. ड्यू ड्रॉप्स के लिए थोड़ा कूल टेम्परेचर चाहिए. सो करेक्ट आंसर इज बी. Dewdrop is a type of precipitation where water droplets form on the ground or on objects near the ground in a process called condensation of moisture. Favorable जो होते हैं इसके लिए clear sky, light wind चाहिए, decent soil moisture चाहिए, and low night time dew point depressions भी इसमें होने चाहिए. थोड़ा सा cool temperature चाहिए, and ये जो radiation होता है ये temperature warm करेगा. So this would be the reason. B is your correct answer. 15. Consider the following statements. According to the Indian Patents Act, a biological process to create a seed can be patented in India. In India, there is no intellectual property appellate board. 3. Plant varieties are not eligible to be patented in India. Which of the statements given above is correct? Pause the video, try to think about it. Now let's see the answer. So your correct answer to this is C is your correct option. Statement first is incorrect. Statement second is also incorrect, and statement third is correct. So your correct answer is C, only 3. Plant varieties are not eligible to be patented in India. If you want to read more about it, you can pause the video, you can read it from here. Question 16. The word Denisovan, sometimes mentioned in the media, is a reference to fossils of kind of dinosaurs, an early human species, a cave system found in northeast India, a geological period in the history of Indian subcontinent. Pause the video, try to think about it. Now let's see the answer. So your correct answer is it was an early human species. अगर किसी को confusion हुआ geological period में, तो वो Denovician period है. It's not Denisovan. ये दोनों same similar sounding है. So you should know the difference. Question 17. Consider the following statements. The Environment Protection Act of 1986, it empowers the government of India to state the requirement of public participation in the process of environmental protection and the procedure and manner in which it is sought. Second, lay down standards for emission or discharge of environmental pollutants from various sources. Which of the statements given above is correct? Pause the video, try to think about it. Now let's see the answer. So your correct answer to this is C. Both are correct. Why is it so? The Environment Protection Act 1986, it empowers the government of India to lay down standards for emission or discharge of the environmental pollutants from various sources whatsoever, provided that different standards for emission or discharge may be laid down under this clause from different sources having regard to the quality or composition of the emission or discharge of the environment pollutants from such sources. So basically both statements are correct. This was a conceptual question. You should know about this Act of 1986. Question 18. Consider the following statements. As per the recent amendment in the Indian Forest Act 1927, forest dwellers have right to fell the bamboos grown on the forest areas. As per the Scheduled Tribes and Other Traditional Forest Dwellers Act of 2006, a bamboo is a minor forest produce. The Scheduled Tribes and Other Traditional Forest Dwellers Act of 2006 allows ownership of minor forest produce to the forest dwellers. Pause the video, try to think about it. Now let's see the answer. So the correct answer to this is, let's see. The Indian Forest Amendment Bill permits felling and transit of the bamboo grown in the non-forest area. However, the bamboo grown in the forest land would continue to be classified as a tree and would be guided to existing legal restriction. Therefore, statement first is incorrect. You can eliminate it. You got 2. The Forest Right Act of 2006 recognizes bamboo as a minor forest produce and vests the right of ownership and access to collect, use and dispose of minor forest produce with scheduled tribes. They can just do it. They have the right of ownership and they have also access to collect that. Therefore, statement second is correct. Statement third says in 2006, the Forest Right Act for the first time defined minor forest produce as including bamboo and tendu and many other things. It also gave tribals and other traditional forest dwellers the right of ownership and access to collect and use and dispose of minor forest produce which has been traditionally collected within or outside the village boundaries. So your statement B. Both are correct. 19. Recently there was a growing awareness in our country about the importance of Himalayan nettle because of it is found to be a sustainable source of what? Anti-malarial drug का source है, biodiesel, pulp of for the paper industry और textile fiber. Pause the video, try to think about it. So ये उस टाइम के current affairs में से है. इसका correct answer जो है that is your D, textile fiber. So this is what Himalayan nettle is. 20 question, last one of today's session. In the context of the proposals to the use of hydrogen enriched CNG, HCNG as fuel buses in public transport, consider the following statements. The main advantage of the use of HCNG is the elimination of carbon monoxide emissions. HCNG as fuels reduces carbon dioxide and hydrocarbon emissions. Hydrogen up to 1/5 of volume can be blended with CNG as fuel for buses. HCNG makes the fuel less expensive than CNG. Which of the statements given above is correct? Pause the video, try to think about it. Now let's see the answer. So your correct answer to this is B. Why is it so? 2 and 3 both correct. Why is it so? Hydrogen enriched CNG is a blend of hydrogen and CNG. इसका blend होता है इसलिए इसको hydrogen CNG कहा जाता है. The ideal hydrogen concentration being 18% इसमें रहता है. Therefore statement 3 is correct. Compared to the conventional CNG, the use of HCNG, it can reduce the emission of carbon monoxide up to 70%. But complete emission नहीं हो सकता. वैसे भी आप देखेंगे कि ये जो है ये एक एक्सट्रीम स्टेटमेंट था. इट कैन लीड टू एलिमिनेशन ऑफ कार्बन मोनोऑक्साइड एमिशन. कंप्लीटली नहीं हो सकता. सो स्टेटमेंट फर्स्ट इज नॉट करेक्ट. इट ऑल्सो रिड्यूसेस कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड एंड हाइड्रोकार्बन एमिशंस. स्टेटमेंट सेकेंड इज करेक्ट. सो सेकेंड एंड थर्ड बोथ आर करेक्ट. HCNG also enables up to 5% savings in the fuel efficiency. HCNG also reduces the engine's unburnt hydrocarbon emissions and speed up the process of combustion. No, it's not less expensive. वैसे भी hydrogen की technology है तो वो less expensive नहीं हो सकता है. So your answer is B. This was all about today's video and topic. Thank you. Have a nice day and stay tuned with ANALYST IAS for your further preparation.